Well, good afternoon. We will call this meeting of the Indian River County Lagoon Coalition to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. You want to lead it, Dick? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please. Jeanette?
Chairman Gilmore,
Here.
Mayor Tyson, here, and Councilmember Winger.
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Under new business, we have A, approve April 6th Indian River Lagoon Coalition meetings. Need a motion?
So moved. I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Really just wanted to call this meeting for a couple purposes. One was an update that I want to, in front of you, is the Indian River Lagoon Council position statement on restoration of the Indian River Lagoon. And this was the result, ultimately, of our special meeting that we had. Was it the 27th, Jeanette? I think it was the 27th of July. We had the special meeting. Anyway, we had a working meeting here. We had a lot of folks from the Management Council here. And if you had a chance to review it, we took the position statement as we had as a rough draft and then went over it line by line and reformed it and changed some things. But I think we're pretty happy with the result, and it's something that we can give out to our constituents if they have a question as to what's going on, what is our position. We can just hand them this, make it available on our websites if that be the consensus.
Could you, Richard, could you have someone send it to us electronically?
Sure.
Because that would be valuable. That way we can just move it around.
Because we can put this on the website, and that way if somebody wants to know what's going on, because this being a new concern, a lot of people don't know what the Lagoon Council is. And so it is in its infancy, but the time for leadership and comprehensive restoration of the lagoon is now, and some of the bullet points were moved to action words: remove the accumulations of high nutrient muck and deposits, and reduce freshwater pollutant nutrient inputs, restore water quality, rebuild ecological resiliency, and respond to changing conditions. And it really addresses a lot of the concerns, and I think can be a document that we can really build on and get behind. So I would think that would be a good idea.
So if you'll send us electronic, then it'll get passed.
Yeah. Can you make a note to do that? Thank you, Ms. Williams. The other update was I wanted to get through was we had a meeting last Friday. Most of the meeting was taken up by discussions of the water quality update from Deborah Drum and Dr. Jacoby. There wasn't a whole lot of action taken. And it looks to me like the director this next year is going to try to lobby for fewer meetings. I think we probably could have done without as many meetings as we had this year. We had one every month, and then we had a special meeting in July, so we had 2 meetings in July. And I think coming up on the next fiscal year, I think we'll be in a position where we won't have to meet every month. Of course, after October, that'll be a moot point because I won't be on this board. You guys will be.
Unless your position is
Well, that would still be a process, and so I can't see how that would happen immediately, but
So one of us would have to take your spot then?
yes, yes. So I would like to schedule a meeting for probably first or second week in October. I would like to, I'd like to finish out if I could, and then have a meeting sometime in mid-October, and we will choose a new chairman. And of course, after the election, there'll be a deciding who would sit on here from Sebastian City Council. Because either way, it won't be me.
How many seats you got?
3. We have 2 regular seats and then one one-year seat.
Well, then, presumably we'd be better off, the week of the 17th or 24th of October, choose either Joel or myself. I'm willing to do it. I'm sure he's willing to do it too. But somebody will have to take your spot as an interim.
Correct.
And then when there's another Sebastian member, then it can,
You can either go with where you're at, or you can
it can be changed.
redo it. So that would be, you're saying the 17th would be good for you, or?
any time that week, really, as far as I know.
Okay, that would be a Monday, 17th of October.
Oh, I wasn't particularly suggesting that. I don't really care.
Okay, well, it doesn't really matter. I think that's the 3rd week, I think, in September, so our council meetings are on the 2nd and the 4th week. Is there any, can you check and see if there's any dates that are a problem in that week of September, or excuse me, October?
If you want to do it all the way through the change can be effective whenever.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter. I mean, it would be better if you carried on all the way to November 7th. You see what I
Right.
mean?
Well, I can, but, I mean, I don't think we'll have a Lagoon meeting before the election. I think it'll be after the election.
Okay.
So there'd have to be somebody as chair. That's why I'm suggesting
Yeah.
October,
Yeah, that's fine.
okay? I'd like to, finish out and do the last 2 meetings. And
Whatever you want to do is fine.
okay. So we can look at that week and see if that date is convenient with everybody, but the week of the 17th then.
Okay.
Okay?
You can just go to Tammy and have her put it in my calendar. At this point, we have city council on the 20th, but that's in the evening. So it really doesn't matter to me.
Okay. The other matter that I needed to apprise you all of is we got the bill for next year. I don't know what I did with it, but it's the same as last year. It comes out to $50,000, split 3 ways, is $16,666.68, and we're throwing in the extra 4 cents. Okay. So
Do you want to just give us a copy while we're here?
yeah, I'll give you a copy, and I talked to our finance chief, and Ken is going to send out the things, but that's my copy. The initial copy I lost, so I got another one from Kathy Hill. So I spoke with Jim O'Connor, and he said, well, just let me know. He says, I can write a check and whatever, so.
If you can part with this, I'll just
Yeah,
give it to
go
him.
ahead. Yeah, that's fine.
We'll get
You
paid.
got it.
It's that easy.
Okay.
She's
And-
putting us on the air, I guess.
Pardon me?
She's putting us on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just hit the, she hit
Okay.
the button.
Okay, so 16,666.68. There you go, Joel. And our shares, 16,666.72.
Okay.
So,
We got a new finance officer,
oh, we do?
Yeah, Larry Napier's retired.
Oh. What else? Any funding?
When are we going to, what is the schedule as far as submitting for projects next year and so on? That's close to our heart.
Yes, yes. That's going to be coming up. It'll be, hopefully they'll be able to get the grant requests or get it out in December. That's when it was supposed to be put out last year, but we didn't get the NEP put into the Lagoon Council until January 8th. That's why it was such a short grant cycle, because we didn't really have the authority to put that out on the street until we were the official home of the National Estuary Program. That didn't happen until January 8th. So normally, I believe that the grant requests are the RFQ or RFPs or whatever, they go out in December. So you've got all January to get them in. Last year it was February 12th, I think, which was the due date.
But they all have to be shovel ready.
Well, not really. I mean, it can be, obviously they want something, they want projects that can be done. They don't want.
That year.
Yeah, the next year. So.
We got plenty.
Well, I think you're going to be maybe working on some roads. You might have some stormwater issues that you might want to put out there.
I think we're all right, really. And the thing that I like of what we're doing out there is we've got this this lake there at the south of town that Richie Fay and who was it? Somebody else. They were Dale Carter, I think, was involved in that. They were going to haul sand out of there, and we found out it was going to beat our roads up, so we pulled their permit, and then they unloaded that, and the city bought it, and it's a good stormwater lake now.
Okay.
Plus the fact that they're putting, with the assisted living facility, they're going to put in a 5-acre lake there right at Babcock in South Carolina, right in front of that thing. So I think we're going to be in good shape as far as holding in the water, and then with the big reservoir out at Sun Ag, the 10,000-acre thing. I think the business of having to release that water during the storm season or something to the lagoon, I don't think we're going to have that issue anymore. I really don't. But we're still concerned. I know the people down at the county can't see this, but we're concerned about what's happening with the lagoon.
Sure.
Our people use it. They like to fish in there and all that stuff. So, so we're trying to do our share. But those people just can't seem to see it for some reason or other.
Well, I mean, I would keep in mind, Joel, that anything that stormwater capture of any sort, I think, is something that would be available as far as from a grant standpoint.
Well, I'd have to talk to Jason and see, and I'll bring it up to City Council.
Because if you don't ask, you don't get.
Right, exactly right. That's right. Yeah. So,
But
I still get upset when every time anybody mentions that $64,000 was left on the table.
Yeah.
Last year.
well, and it could have done a baffle box. I mean, there's and we had, I think, virtually everything that was requested last year was funded.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what's the budget? What's the total budget for the council?
Well, if you count everything up, it's 2.2 million.
Wow.
But you got to take out the expenses from that, which is going to
Right.
be about around $500,000.
Okay.
So
That's still
you've
a
got
lot of
about 1.7 million
Okay.
available for fund. And then, of course, keep in mind that a lot of these are matching grants. So in other words, they're leveraging, another 1.7 million. Some of them aren't matching, like the one for the Environmental Learning Center was 30,000. There was no match there. But I think with your match, the Paradise was it Paradise Palms wastewater thing that you got the 120.
Ours was the Fingers, I believe, wasn't it? Vero Isles.
Vero Isles.
Yeah.
But there was 120,000, I
Yes.
think, and then you guys put in more than that. Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anytime you can put in 50,000 and get $250,000 out, that's a pretty good deal.
That's a pretty good return.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to
No.
figure out that, hey, this is good.
Richard, when is the next meeting of the coalition, per se, that you'll attend?
The next one will be September, I think it's 8th, I'm not sure. Let's see.
Is there one in October after that?
They haven't scheduled it yet, but I think the next one is September 9th. And that's going to be here in the chambers. And
That's the big council you're talking about.
yeah.
Okay.
And I think the next one would be, I'm not sure if it would be the 7th or the 14th. I'm thinking it would probably be the 14th because that's the election week, would be the week of the.
The only thing I
Third
was
through the
thinking, it might be good to figure out where the transition's gonna go, so you can bring someone with you in the October meeting, one of the two of us. I don't care which one.
Okay,
Okay, I'd probably be available if you.
okay. Well, Joel sat in for me for the first 2.5 hours of the meeting.
Yeah, the other day.
Well, Joel, do you wanna
I don't mind.
take the succession? I mean, somebody's got to.
Well, you know, I feel awkward about it because we're not on the lagoon.
Well, I'd be happy to do it too, so.
Okay.
Why don't you just let us know whether it's the 7th or 14th, and we'll
Okay.
both come.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind doing it, but I think it ought to be somebody.
Yeah, well, and we got problems.
You got the
Yeah.
problems.
We have more problems than the two of you
Well,
combined.
and I think Joel's got enough on his plate. He's got a few years on us.
Yeah.
He didn't have much on me.
I had another birthday coming up. My birthday's a national holiday this year.
Well, if middle age is where you're at, you'll live to be 170,
That's what
right?
my doctor said. He said, he says 100, so. I'm not sure I want to live that long, not if I hurt like I do right now, so. It ain't any fun getting old.
Any public comments? We don't have any public here, but any public comments?
Monty, don't you want to say something?
Members matters, any members matters? I think we've kind of gone over all of that.
Yeah.
Any other-
Yeah, I want to inform you all on something. They had a meeting out there, what was it, the FWC, is that the wildlife? They had a meeting out in Fellsmere the other day, and they were concerned there is a new rookery out at the Stick Marsh where the roseate spoonbills have taken over an island out there, right there at the boat ramp. And there was some concern about, they were trying to blame the fishermen and the airboaters with disturbing those birds, because it's right there at the boat ramp. It's just a little island out there, and they apparently, I don't know if they've moved from Pelican Island or what, but anyhow, somebody went out there and did a study on it, and what they found out, and this place, our council chamber was full of bird watchers and so forth. What they found out is the bird watchers trying to get up close enough to get pictures of the birds on the nest, they were the ones that were disturbing the birds. I thought it was hilarious. And then they found out, they said these people want to get up there and take pictures of the birds actually on the nest, okay, which disturbs the birds.
Yeah.
And a lot of times if they get disturbed, they won't come back to the nest. They got a picture of some woman, she got up there, and she wanted a picture of the birds in flight, so she gets up, goes shaking the limbs, you know, to make the birds all fly off of there. So anyhow, I don't think that they got the results that they wanted to blame somebody, but not themselves. You know, so I don't know what they're going to do about it, but anyhow, I thought it was kind of interesting. I went out there and sat in on it, and I thought, my goodness, yeah.
Well, if there is no other business, I guess we will adjourn until the week of October 17th.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
Meeting's adjourned.
I'll take this back.